Alright, so some context before this starts. I don't know why I sound so quiet and like I don't want to be here, but I do. I thought I was being louder and I am too lazy to re-record it. So, you know, if you want to see the patch notes, you gotta deal with it. I'm sorry for how it sounds. I don't like how it sounds, but I'm not gonna re-record the entire thing because it was the best cut I got out of like 5 different attempts. So, yeah, enjoy the video.
Alright, and for the first balance change here, we have the beacon. The mastery perk longer overdrive has now been decreased from plus 5 seconds to plus 2.5 seconds of duration. And here we can see it will now end at 31.5 instead of, which actually that's longer than I thought it should. Um, that's weird. So this actually doesn't change really anything, I suppose. Um, it's only 2.5 seconds less, which I guess gives it a little more downtime, but honestly, especially if you're not playing Master Mode, 2 level 5 beacons will still be able to infinitely chain. So now it ends at exactly 30 seconds with the Master Upgrade, which before I guess it would go to like 28 seconds. So not too big of a change, but it's a change nonetheless. And then of course, if we take this beacon, the next one is the level 3 price has increased. So if we go to this, as you see, it now costs 3,740 instead of the original 3,025. If we go a little higher, the level 5 has increased to $62,765 from the original $55,465. And for the final change, the beacon, oh, why did it pop? Whoops. Okay, so as you can see, it is supposed to increase attack speed and range of all towers on the board for 20 seconds. Now they didn't update the description, but now it will no longer give double to every tower outside of the field. It'll now give the increase to everything inside the field, and everything else will only get half of that. So we'll get a level 4 beacon boost instead of a level 5. So if we go ahead and show the difference off here, these are stats in this one, and these are stats in this one. So I can see is only getting half of the boost that the normal one is. So that is all the changes for the beacon. And next up, we have the changes for the alien. Now this has got a lot of changes to cover. So its first change is the attack speed is going from, attack damage going from 6 to 8. This will now let it kill, I believe, the tough void, as they're called. The, like, kind of, the tankier normal ones. The second zombie that you encounter. And will now be able to one-shot those. Its level 1 price has gone from 540 to 500, and that's the one that gives buffs. Its buff amount has gone from 5 attacks to 20 attacks, so 4 times as many attacks. This will give it a lot more synergy with faster fire rate towers, and will overall make it way better for early game support. Its level 2 price has decreased from $850 to $700. Its level 2 damage has increased from 15 to 30. This will let it one-shot the third voids that you find. So big increase. Oh, okay. The level 3 price has decreased from $1,750 to $1,450, and the buff span has gone from 5 attacks to 35 attacks. So it is now going from 20 to 35, and this is just a huge change, really. It is actually insane. It's definitely needed. I do think they're overdoing it a little bit. I would turn these numbers down a little bit, but this makes it super good for early game. Blessing potions now have splash starting from this level 3 as well now. So usually I believe it was level 4 that had splash and onwards. It is now level 3. So it'll just, yeah, it'll splash. Super good now. Level 4 prices decreased from $3,500 to $2,000, and its level 4 damage has increased from 60 to 120. This again, a huge change. I really enjoy this, getting much deserved buffs. Now, its level 5 price has decreased from $6,500 to $5,455, and its damage has increased from 60 to 150. Its buff span has also increased from 12 to 55, or now it will be 35 to 55. And its range buff increase has gone from +3 to +5. So now any tower it affects will get +5 range added onto them instead of the +3 they originally got, which is another good buff. And finally, its level 6 damage has increased from 250 to 1,000. So it is now getting way better attack damage. Its level 6 range increase has gone from 15 to 16, and its range buff increased has gone from +3 to +5. So they just made it so the range buff increase is the same as level 5. It does not scale higher, even though it does seem to add 21 now, which is interesting. That might be a typo either in game or in this changelog. I don't know. But yeah, that's just scale. It is not giving +10 now. It is just going to keep +5. All in all, these are huge changes to Alien. I think Alien will be much, much more viable, especially early game. Because it used to be all her attacks were kind of bad until you got to her max upgrade, which is super good. Now her max upgrade is even better, and she no longer really has to compete as much with Beacon anymore at being superior, because Beacon costs way more now, and its super ability, which was great for farming, will only be half of how good it used to be. So instead of doubling farm output, it'll only do half of that, and instead of giving your entire board, over here and stuff, times 2, it only give half. So it'll definitely add more skill to using the beacon, and will overall make it much less viable compared to the Alien and the new Bloomer Tower. I think these are great changes, and we can never tell until we see them in game. And these patch notes have been pretty short, not too much. It was just beacon and alien changes. But what can you expect from a whole event, new skins, and the new tower? But without further ado, thank you for tuning in and listening. This has been me, and I'll catch you in the next one.